It's showtime, you bastard!
Hey gang, it's time for another Z2H Universe review, and for a change I've got the new Sideshow 6-scale Lobo that I bought from Urban Samurai. And here we have the front of the box, and it simply says Lobo in really cool Lobo fashion. And at the bottom it says 6-scale, and beside it also says DC, which I presume represents DC Comics or the DC Universe. And very quickly, the top of the box says Lobo as well. Looking really nice. And both the back of the box and via the inside covering, you also get this awesome picture of the main man Lobo riding on his insanely awesome looking space hog. We also see his trusted companion, who he calls Dog, D-A-W-G. And in the background we see space dolphins, the one thing that enables Lobo to show empathy towards. Yeah, I know that might sound kind of weird to anyone who doesn't know about Lobo, but at the same time it adds some comedy to the already complex nature of this rough and tough bounty hunter. Somewhat psychopathic, yet somehow thinks he's justifying fairness at the same time. Well, don't take it from me, but in the words of Lobo, the main man's word is his bond. And once fully opened, you will see Lobo covered by some hard plastic protection. And this is the main man once it's off. Looking really cool. And underneath we get to see some other pieces like 3 extra hands. We see his signature hook and the chain that it comes with, which is impressively a real chain. I'm sure at least one of the hands you get with him is for the hook and chain. It also comes with what looks to be an Al Diner's menu. Here's a closer look at the roach-infested menu. But most importantly, on to the figure itself. And here he is, and I must say I am incredibly impressed. Now, from what I understand, he got some slack before his release via the promotional pictures that were shown. But now that I have him in hand, I will say that I absolutely love this guy. And that's not just because the character has been growing on me over the years. This figure in and of itself simply looks stunning. Very quickly though, I thought I was going to get the exclusive version that comes with the cigar in hand, but to make a long story short, that didn't pan out. But what I am planning to do is get a 6-scale cigar, and if it doesn't fit in one of his hands, then I put it somewhere in his jacket, or maybe somewhere in his jeans, just to make him look extra cool. But being that this is Lobo, he's already as cool as they come. Now then, he's got the typical joint articulation in all the primary areas. He stands at 14 inches tall. And here we see his badass boots on the base that he comes with. Very nice detail on both the boots and the don't mess with me spikes on the boots. We also see some cool looking star and skull themed knee pads. See if I can give you a better look. Really, really nice. And scrolling up, we see his pistol in his holster. By the way, the barrel actually spins on the gun, which I found to be very cool. And as you can also see, his belt and skull buckle screams this was made for Lobo and looks absolutely perfect for this guy. And by the way, from what I understand, his jeans are actually real denim, which is pretty cool too. And here we have his notorious hook and metal chain, which complements the detailed leather glove he's wearing to boot. Really, really nice. I really love that belt as well. And obviously they made him look rock solid muscular from his abs, chest, and arms. And speaking of arms, he also has elbow pads on each arm as well. Now the leather jacket is real fox leather, which although is still man-made leather, it's still a type of leather nonetheless. And that totally impressed me. I'd by far rather have that than some plastic or vinyl substitution. He's also got parental advisory pins. I gotta say, I really love this guy. Kudos on this one, Sideshow. Kudos indeed. Now scrolling up to his face. Now isn't that the face you want to bring home to your mom? All I can say is that face screams Mean Machine, with a hint of, I have no remorse, think twice before you do business with me, even Superman doesn't want to mess with me type of face. I mean, the detail is awesome. But aside from all that, I absolutely love it. I love the detail from the red eyes, to the black makeup, to the beard. I mean, absolutely spectacular. And look at those teeth. They're highly detailed. I mean, I really like where they were going with this. Truly, truly impressed. Take a little bit of an overview quickly. Simply awesome. Now then, let's quickly take a gander at the back, but before we do, if you get a chance in comments below, who do you think would win in a three-way bout? Lobo, Superman, or Darkseid? I mean, I have my theory, just curious to hear some of your viewpoints, peeps. But, scrolling down, we see more detail on the back of his boots. Those straps look really real. I mean, they look pretty darn awesome. Like I said, the real denim jeans are quite impressive as well. There's his hook and chain again. And I gotta say, moving up a bit, I do love the Bite Me fanboy on the back of his jacket and the skull with wings emblem. It mixes right in nicely and perfectly. Really, really nice. His hair looks very, I've been riding on my space bike kind of style. Simply amazing. Very, very impressed. The pictures really don't do it any justice. You gotta have this guy in hand. And for comparison, I've brought a PlayArt's Kai Darkseid and Batgirl. The Kai Darkseid is one of PlayArt's taller figures, and Batgirl is kind of an average PlayArt size. And as you can see, Lobo is still a lot bigger than Darkseid. Even if I took him off the stand, he would still overshadow Darkseid. I mean, you can see how big this guy really is, especially being that he's a 6 scale figure. Overall, yes, I do highly recommend this figure, especially if you're a fan of Lobo, aka the main man himself. If you like this review, just give a like or subscribe and comment below. And as always, this has been Marcus G-Force for Zero to Hero Universe. Peace out, Geekazoids!